Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a great day. So today we're going to talk about Hive-Engine. Don't buy tokens. Upvote for them. So first I want to clarify what I mean by that, because I understand that some projects do require capital. They require trading. They require a means in order to create better products, and thus the value that goes into the cryptocurrency can be instrumental in helping them to build better products. And so all that's understood. But let me tell you what I'm getting at here. So a lot of people watch the channel understand that a lot of tech giants, a lot of people who are looking at what the future economy looks like, are starting to understand that it's going to need to be some mixture of some type of capitalism, socialism, as it's always been. But in our economies today, some economists believe, we're at a critical level, and we're at a point now that our present system has been imploding for about the last 75 years. And so there's going to be a lot of needed changes we haven't seen before. There's going to be a lot of more ideas like the word or the system that shall not be named, starts with an S, socialism. And many economists are accepting that we're going to see a great deal of more socialism introduced into our economies, right? And so these different things that are going to occur have caused many to consider many other new ways to approach the economy. One thing that's gained a lot of speed, probably in the last few years, has been universal basic income. Some economists consider it a type of economic stimulus. We've done what some might deem to be versions of it. Anytime you receive free money to a degree, just based on being a citizen, and that being the only reason you get in it, not necessarily that you're earning it. Some people feel that kind of falls under the umbrella, although there are many different moving parts and many ideas and different versions. However, I think that there's only really one. Anyway, to make a long story short about all of this, what has always been interesting to me is the social economy. Now, the social economy has value. What is the social economy? Well, the social economy is if I have neighbors and my neighbors like me and we work together as a community, there is a value in that. That value can be termed as social capital. If you look like me, if you talk like me, if you share my culture, there's a greater chance I may do business with you. All of these are systems of the social economy and social capital. What's so interesting now about blockchain technology, the creation of these cryptocurrencies, is we can, in an aggregate form now, kind of take those models, and just by our social interactions and our attention in handing over value to something, or believing in the value of something, we can now transfer that information, that data, over to someone else, thus bestowing on them that new value. So what I'm saying is, when you look at mainstream social media sites like Facebook and the like, and so on and so forth, what you end up with is value from their like systems, right? And we all, of course, know that these likes are valuable because although they may not translate to a direct transaction of money, they seem to follow that they are correlated to our monetary systems, right? So if you get a lot of likes on a post, a lot of attention on a blog, now that becomes something that can be turned into some type of money, to some type of value. That's always driven me to really want to explore systems like that more, where those likes really meant some value. And you get to projects like Hive and many of these DPoS systems that have come on the scene over the last few years or so. What you have is you have a literal system that can do that, and you can like, polls, upvote, what they call it, and you earn money. If those likes are value, then it will follow that that is a currency onto itself, and thus you wouldn't really need another currency per se. What would have to follow, though, is that currency would have to be accepted by enough people, vendors, merchants, global systems, in which it would become a viable currency, right? And so I think that's kind of the overall goal of many of these systems like Hive and so on and so forth, that they reach that plateau. In saying all of that, what's interesting about what they may term here on projects like Hive-Engine and second layer tokens is they can take it a little step further, and they can literally create these ideas and these systems. And I think the Bitcoin NYK backed dollar, in a sense, does that. And in retrospect, the Bitcoin NYK backed dollar is greatly predicated just on upvotes to the content of the network, the Bitcoin NYK backed dollar, the Bitcoin NYK project. And of course, when people give over their value, they mint a token, the Bitcoin NYK backed dollar. That token is then basically distributed to them. Now they've transferred one value to another, but they still have that currency now in their possession. That's very interesting. Now, what also follows with that is that means that you're not really required to buy the Bitcoin NYK backed dollar for it to have value. That's correct. And a lot of that does as well stem from the economy of the Hive system that's already kind of put that in place. But the Bitcoin NYK project has a network of itself and a like system that does a similar thing onto itself on its platform. And thus, this value becomes interchangeable. It becomes interoperable. And it becomes now transactional back and forth. Because of that, you could actually move real value with the Bitcoin NYK backed dollar, essentially a cryptocurrency of great stability, something that we do not have in cryptocurrency at this point. And I won't get into all the details as to why it has stability. What we would ask you to do is subscribe to the channel, ask questions on the video, and there'll be many videos explaining exactly how the Bitcoin NYK backed dollar has value. But I would ask you right now to focus on the concept that you can literally obtain this coin through just upvotes using many of these DPoS systems. Not just one, but there are several of them on many chains. And you will be basically rewarded this Bitcoin NYK backed dollar. There's no need to really buy the cryptocurrency. Even if you are a person who doesn't, let's say, have a lot of weight to their value. Now, in a perfect world, all votes, all voices would be equal to the same. But to have a value as stable as the Bitcoin NYK backed dollar, obviously, there's going to have to be consensus on the value of a cryptocurrency. In saying all of that, although votes may be cast in different amounts and value distributed back in different amounts, one thing is clear about the Bitcoin NYK backed dollar, that as the network grows, the buying power of the cryptocurrency grows. So the important thing is just to get your votes in, just to get on the network, because in the future, Many of our models show that acquiring a network of about 100 million people could put the token as far value-wise as about $14,000. And we have a video on that that explains the math behind it and so on and so forth. That means that even if you have a very, very low weighted vote, that just getting enough votes in to equal one Bitcoin MYK backed dollar could be substantial for you in the future. That's something very important to think about. And we definitely encourage you to look at the history of the Bitcoin MYK backed dollar, how it's gaining value, why people are buying it, and why it's just so useful as a cryptocurrency to so many people. Stability in cryptocurrency is like the holy grail. But everybody wants to make money. What if there was a way that a project could be fairly stable, but yet grow value-wise, and in a sense, by earning more buying or obtaining more buying power, the holder obtains more value. He now has more buying power. He can buy more products with the Bitcoin MYK backed dollar. This is a very interesting project and product that we think that much of the cryptocurrency space will begin to like very, very much. And we feel it's a matter of time before people engage with it at a very significant rate when they see just how useful this product is. That's all I want to say about the Bitcoin MYK backed dollar. Feel free to ask questions about it. Feel free to join our Discord, our website at bitcoinmyk.com. Feel free to experiment with it. Get your upvotes in our content. You'll start to obtain it. And if you're nice and if you ask for some, you may just get some free. But that's all I want to say in the video. If you like content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe. And until next time, as always, take care.